Today I'd like to tell you a story. A real one. It's about something that happened on March 5th here in Pompano Beach, Florida. And somehow I ended up in the news because of it. The article quoted me saying, I couldn't just sit there and watch them carry that weight alone. Seeing the conviction in their faces, it's powerful. I wanted to capture this moment because it's exactly the kind of courage this community needs to see more of. And that's true. But the article didn't tell the whole story. So, let me tell you what actually happened. Lately, my mind has been loud, to say the least. There's so much going on in my life right now. The chaos of our government, the Epstein file drama, watching loved ones sink into addiction, trying to figure out who I am as an empty nester, processing the loss of my job, processing financial insecurity, 2 businesses I believe in deeply that haven't taken off yet, and realizing that I don't have a strong friend base here in Florida. It's a lot. So I started walking 7 to 10 miles a day. Not for exercise, for survival. I walk to quiet the voices in my head that tell me, you can't do this. You'll never amount to anything. You're alone. You might as well give up. You're not strong enough to do this. Walking helps me silence that noise. March 5th was supposed to be a shorter walk for me. I had already done 10 miles on Monday, 8 miles on Tuesday. This was a Wednesday. I was looking to do a little less that day. But then I heard some commotion, chanting, noise. I wasn't sure exactly what was happening at first. But as I got closer, I saw protest signs. Ice out. Abolish ICE. Melt ICE. Life and liberty for all. And another referencing Renee Good. Renee had a whistle. They had a gun. My eyes welled up with tears. Because these weren't adults. These were high school kids. 16, 17. Standing in the heat, holding signs, speaking up. And I felt so proud. It didn't matter how old they were. What mattered was the courage. What mattered was the message. A lot of people were watching from the sidelines. You could hear and see the support. But they stayed back. Where it was safe, where it was comfortable, where they stayed for too long. And I realized something in that moment. I didn't want to be them. I couldn't do that. I would not do that. So I approached and I asked if I could join. They looked surprised, but they also looked really happy. One of them handed me a sign, and just like that, I was part of a march. It was so hot. I was already exhausted from walking miles that day, and the day before, and the day before that. But this mattered. Because I kept thinking about something. The lives lost in the name of liberty. Freedom has never been free. And sometimes the responsibility to stand up falls on whoever happens to be there. And that day, I was there. As we marched, some people supported us, but some people did not. Grown men, gray-haired men, fully grown adults yelling at teenage girls and 16 and 17-year-old kids. Fuck off! Suck my dick! Get a job! And I watched as these children respond with more maturity than the adults screaming at them. So I moved to the back of the group. I stayed there so I could keep an eye on them. When the insults came, I would look these men in the eye, smile, and say, "I'll pray for you," which honestly made them even angrier. But the truth was so obvious. The children were acting more like adults than the actual adults. Now listen. Right now, I have very little faith in our government. They appear bought and paid for. And if they truly wanted to stop corruption and injustice, they would. Something else crossed my mind while we were watching. My father, a Vietnam veteran. And history teaches us something important. The Vietnam War didn't just end because of decisions in Washington. Let's be real. It ended because of people taking a stand. Because of protesters. Because ordinary citizens created such a massive political burden at home that the government could no longer ignore it. Eventually, Congress stopped funding the war, and the pressure became too great. The United States withdrew. My father got to come home from Vietnam because people spoke up. Because people marched. Because people refused to stay silent. People just like these high school kids. That realization, oh, it hit hard. Sometimes the people who are criticized the most are the very ones protecting democracy. Sometimes the voices that seem small, almost insignificant, are the ones that change history. And sometimes, courage looks like a 17-year-old holding a cardboard sign in the Florida heat. What I witnessed that day wasn't chaos. It was not disrespect. It was civic engagement. It was young people believing their voice matters. And honestly, that gave me hope. Because the truth is, sometimes the people reminding us that democracy looks like are the ones who aren't even old enough to vote yet. That day didn't just document a protest. It reminded me of something I needed to remember. Even when life feels overwhelming, even when the voices in your head get so loud, even when you feel like you're walking alone, sometimes you turn a corner and you find courage already marching down the street. And all you have to do is decide to walk with them. Follow me, my friend. Journey with Nicole.